have our Interfaith Creation Care panel now, and we're very excited to have all these great speakers here. We're going to start, I'm going to run down the order. Fred Corbett, he's on the end. Fred is a Native American culture and facilitator of the One Spirit Healing Drum Circle in Evansville. Next to Fred is Arja Rinpoche, Tibetan-Mongolian Buddhist Cultural Center in Bloomington, representing that organization. Next to Arja is Ed Sharf with Temple Adith B'nai Israel in Evansville. And then Karuna Pandit with the Tri-State Hindu Temple. And next to Karuna is Dr. Saeed Shah. He's a member of the Evansville Islamic Society and the Islamic Society of North America and chairperson of the Green Mosque Committee Task Group. And Father Chris Drosty is here. He's a priest in the Evansville Catholic Diocese. Again, welcome to all our panelists. And this is going to be very informal. Each speaker just kind of talk about their beliefs and how they affect the environment. And I know, okay, you can't hear me in the back of the room. That's not good. We'll see if you can hear our speakers here. And if you can't hear, raise your hand and we'll speak up. And let's start with Fred Corbett, and he's going to talk about his beliefs in the Native American community. Fred?
All right. Welcome, everyone. Good morning to each of you, and thank you for being here and participating in this forum. I will present to you Native American beliefs for respecting the environment. I am Fred Corbett and live in Newburgh, Indiana. I am not of Native American heritage. However, for the last 15 years, I've been studying the Lakota way of life and spiritual practices. I wish to share with you what I have learned from Native American elders living now on Pine Ridge Reservation in South Dakota and from their ancestors. My ancestors are from Scotland and Ireland, were Celtic, whom also had a strong belief in living in harmony with our Mother Earth. In fact, their survival depended on it, just as did the people living in all areas of the world for the last several thousand years. My appreciation for all living things began as far back as I can remember of the 60 years I have been here. With this presentation, I will share my understanding of the first Americans' views and practices of honoring the creation, that fully honor and respect the creator of our planet and the spirit of all things past and present. My first exposure of Native American spirituality was when I attended a powwow on the Vanderbilt County 4-H grounds in October of 2002. I participated in a drum circle around a fire, and although I knew it was the first time I had drummed like that, I felt like I had done this 1,000 times before. I was then presented an opportunity to travel to the Porcupine District of the Pine Ridge Lakota Reservation in South Dakota to work with Gathering Thunder Foundation, whose goal is to preserve, not change, the Lakota way of life and spiritual ways. The following quotes, beliefs, and speeches are the foundation of my living in harmony with our Earth Mother to preserve it in a livable way for our children and grandchildren. I wish to acknowledge and thank the Porcupine Elders that have been my teachers on my 11 trips to study with them. Joaquin Snomani, his Christian name is Michael Littleboy Sr., his son Stanley, Barbara Dolknife, and Teresa Tubols, and many others. I'd like to speak with a presentation about Chief Seattle. He presented a talk in 1854. One of his first statements was, "Man did not weave the web of life. He is merely a strand in it. Whatever he does to the web, he does to himself." In 1854, the Great White Chief in Washington, our president, made an offer to purchase a large area of Indian land and promised a reservation for the Indian people. Chief Seattle's supply, recited in full here, has been described as one of the most beautiful and profound statements of the environment ever made, and this is from 162 years ago. In 1854, Seattle was chief of the Squamish tribe around Washington's Puget Sound, and the city of Seattle was named for the chief, whose speech was in response to a proposed treaty in which the Indians were persuaded to sell 2 million acres of their land for $150,000. We can judge the results of this for ourselves. And this is Chief Seattle's statement that he sent on the proposal. How can you buy or sell the sky, the warmth of the land? The idea is strange to us. If we do not own the freshness of the air and the sparkle of the water, how can you buy them? Every part of this earth is sacred to my people. Every shining pine needle, every sandy shore, every mist in the dark woods, every clearing and humming insect is holy in the memory and experience of my people. The sap which courses through the trees carries the memories of the red man. The white man's dead forget the country of their birth when they go to walk among the stars. Our dead never forget this beautiful earth, for it is the mother of the red man. We are part of this earth, and it is part of us. The perfumed flowers are our sisters, the deer, the horse, the great eagle, these are our brothers. The rocky cress, the juices of the meadows, the body heat of the pony, and man all belong to the same family. So when the great chief in Washington sends us word that he wishes to buy our land, he asks much of us. The great chief sends word he will reserve us a place so we can live comfortably to ourselves. He will be our father, and we will be his children. So we will consider your offer to buy our land, but it will not be easy, for this land is sacred to us. This shining water that moves in the streams and rivers is not just water, but the blood of our ancestors. If we sell you the land, you must remember that it is sacred, and you must teach your children that it is sacred, and each ghostly reflection in the clear water of the lakes tells of events and memories in the life of my people. The water's murmur is the voice of my father's father. The rivers are our brothers. They quench our thirst. The rivers carry our canoes and feed our children. If we sell you our land, you must remember to teach your children that the rivers are our brothers and yours. And you must henceforth give the rivers the kindness you would give any brother. We know the white man does not understand our ways. One portion of land is the same to him as the next, for he is a stranger who comes in the night and takes from the land whatever he needs. The earth is not his brother, but his enemy, and when he has conquered it, he moves on. He leaves his father's grave behind, and he does not care. He kidnaps the earth from his children, and he does not care. His father's grave and his children's birthright are forgotten. He treats his mother, earth, and his brother, the sky, as things he bought, plundered, to be sold like sheep for bright beads. His appetite will devour the earth and leave behind only a desert. I do not know. Our ways are different than yours. The sight of your cities pains the eyes of the red man. There is no quiet place in the white man's cities, no place to hear the unfurling of leaves in spring or the rustle of the insect's wings. The clatter only seems to insult the ears. And what is there to life if a man cannot hear the lonely cry of the whippoorwill or the arguments of the frogs around a pond at night? I am a red man and do not understand. The Indian prefers the soft sound of the wind darting over the face of a pond and the smell of the wind itself, cleaned by a midday rain or scented with pinyon pine. The air is precious to the red man, for all things share the same breath. The beast, the tree, the man, they all share the same breath. The white man does not seem to notice the air he breathes. Like a dying man for many days, he is dumb to the stench. But if we sell you our land, you must remember the air is precious to us, and the air shares spirit with all life it supports. The wind that gave our grandfather his first breath also receives his last sigh. And if you sell your land, you must keep it apart and sacred as a place where even white man can go to taste the wind that is sweetened by the meadow's flowers. So we will consider your offer to buy our land. If we decide to accept, I will make it one condition. The white man must treat the beasts of his land as his brothers. I am called a savage and do not understand any other way. I have seen 1,000 rotting buffaloes on the prairie, left by white men who shot them from a passing train. I am a savage and do not understand how the smoking iron horse can be made more important than the buffalo we kill only to stay alive. What is man without the beasts? If all the beasts were gone, man would die from a great loneliness of the spirit. For whatever happens to the beast soon happens to the man. All things are connected. You must teach your children that the ground beneath their feet is the ashes of our grandfathers, so that they will respect the land. Tell your children that the earth is rich with the lives of our kin. Teach your children that what we have taught our children, that the earth is our mother. Whatever befalls the earth befalls the sons of earth. If men spit upon the ground, they spit upon themselves. This we know, the earth does not belong to man, the man belongs to earth. This we know, all things are connected like blood which unites one family. All things are connected. Even the white man, whose God walks and talks with him as friend to friend, cannot be exempt from the common destiny. We may be brothers after all, we shall see. One thing we know, which the white man may one day discover, our God is the same God. You may think now that you own him as you wish to own our land, but you cannot. He is the God of man, and his compassion is equal for the red man and the white. The earth is precious to him, and to harm the earth is to heap contempt upon its creator. The whites too shall pass, perhaps sooner than all other tribes. Contaminate your bed, and you will one night suffocate in your own waste. But in your perishing you will shine brightly, fired by the strength of the God who brought you to this land, and for some special purpose gave you dominion over this land and over the red man. That destiny is a mystery to us, for we do not understand. When the buffalo are all slaughtered, the wild horses are tamed, the secret corners of the heavy forest with the scent of many men, and the view of the beautiful hills blotted out by talking wires. Where is the thicket gone? Where is the eagle gone? This starts the end of living and the beginning of survival. That was the speech from Chief Seattle in 1854. There's a couple other things I'd like to share with you, and this is by Chief Black Elk. He was a very prominent spiritual leader of the Oglala Sioux. And this is called the Great Circle. You have noticed that everything an Indian does is in a circle, and that is because the power of the world in many ways always works in circles, and everything tries to be round. In the old days, when there were strong and happy people, all our power came to us from the sacred hoop of the nation. And so long as the sacred hoop was unbroken, the people flourished. The flowering tree was the living center of the hoop. The circle of the four quarters nourished it. The east gave peace and light, the south gave warmth, the west gave rain, and the north, with its cold, mighty wind, gave strength and endurance. This knowledge came to us from the outer world of our religion. Everything the power of the world does is done in a circle. The sky is round. I have even heard that the earth is round like a ball, and so are all the stars. The wind, in its greatest power, whirls. Birds make their nest in circles, for theirs is the same religion as ours. The sun comes forth and goes down, again in a circle. The moon does the same, and both are round. Even the seasons form a great circle in their changing, and always come back to where they were. The life of man is a circle from childhood to childhood, so it is in everything where power moves. Our teepees were round, like the nests of birds, and those were always set in a circle. The nation's hoop, nests of many nests, where the Great Spirit meant for us to hatch our children. One more comment from Black Elk. I can see that the Washishus, and that was their term for white man, did not care for each other the way our people did before the nation's hoop was broken. They would take everything from each other if they could, and so there were some who had more of everything than they could use, while crowds of people had nothing at all and maybe were starving. They had forgotten that the earth was their mother. Thank you.